Hi there, and welcome to another Mr. Carter Science Special. This video is going to be about global warming and climate change. As always, keep your eyes open to check the specifications from the syllabus, and let's get going. Before you can understand global warming, you have to first understand the greenhouse effect. Now, the greenhouse effect is an entirely natural phenomenon and in fact is a good thing for our planet. It prevents our planet temperatures from cooling and for the planet to be covered in ice as a snowball kind of planet. So what is the greenhouse effect? Well, the classic diagram is shown below, where we get shortwave radiation coming from the sun, heading through our atmosphere and hitting the planet's surface. Now that shortwave radiation is on the left-hand side of the electromagnetic spectrum. It's the ultraviolet rays, the violet rays, X-rays, gamma rays coming from the sun and being absorbed by the planet's surface. So the water and the land absorbs this radiation. Now, as the land absorbs that radiation, it heats up and the land begins to give out heat energy, which is a change in the wavelength of the radiation from short wave to a slightly longer wave, sort of infrared radiation. Now, a lot of that radiation is just given straight out into space. However, a significant portion of it is absorbed by the gases in the atmosphere, and those gases that absorb this infrared radiation are known as greenhouse gases. Those are gases like carbon dioxide and methane. And those gases will heat up and trap that heat radiation and then re-emit that radiation back down to the planet's surface and so warm the planet. So this is known as the greenhouse effect, and it keeps our planet warm. Now, the problem that we have currently is the level of these greenhouse gases are now increasing. We as a species, humans, are producing more and more carbon dioxide and methane, and this means that more and more heat energy is being trapped. So the temperature of the atmosphere and the temperature of our planet is increasing, and this is known as the enhanced greenhouse effect. Pause the video at this point, copy down what's on the slides and try and complete the gap fill exercise to see what you understand about the greenhouse effect. So here's the answers. The greenhouse effect. The sun's energy travels through the atmosphere and is absorbed by the Earth's surface, which heats up. The surface of the Earth radiates heat into the atmosphere and space. Greenhouse gases in the atmosphere absorb some of the radiated energy, and this increases the temperature of the atmosphere. This is called global warming, and this keeps our planet warm. Humans are producing more greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide and methane, and this means more heat energy is trapped, so the temperature of the atmosphere increases. This is called the enhanced greenhouse effect. So let's think more about these greenhouse gases, and there are a large number of them, but the main two you'll be asked about in your exams are carbon dioxide and methane. Carbon dioxide is produced by all living things through respiration, and in the case of humans and animals, we will exhale that carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. And traditionally, the amount of carbon dioxide produced in respiration is balanced by the amount of carbon dioxide taken in by photosynthesis. However, human activities such as industry, power stations, cars are burning fossil fuels to make electricity and producing a large amount of carbon dioxide. Deforestation is cutting down trees, removing the ability of the trees and the plants to remove carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. But often we're not just cutting down these trees, but we're burning these trees also. So again, we're increasing the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Methane is another greenhouse gas, and it's even more potent than carbon dioxide because one methane molecule will trap over 100 times more heat energy, more infrared energy, than a single carbon dioxide molecule. So how do we produce methane? Well, the main areas where methane is produced are with landfill sites, farming of cows and cattle, and farming of rice and rice paddies. As the human population increases, the greenhouse gases we produce increase, and this traps more heat energy, and this will increase the average temperature of our planet, and that's known as global warming. So let's have a look at methane in more detail. Methane is a greenhouse gas, and the levels of methane are rising, and methane traps more heat than carbon dioxide. Why is this the case? Well, a bigger human population needs more food. And methane is produced in paddy fields which grow rice. And rice is the main food for most of the world's populations. 3 out of the top 4 countries with the highest populations, rice is a staple food in those countries: China, India and Indonesia. But in the West we also have a large appetite for eating beef, steaks, beef burgers and the products from cows and cattle. And cows will produce methane as part of their digestive process. So the more products you want from cows and beef, the more methane will also be produced. Now, the other problem is that the cows are often farmed on deforested land in areas like Brazil and Argentina, where huge amounts of natural rainforest have been cut down or burnt down to produce the land where we can farm cows, and that again increases the amount of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. So here's a common exam question for 6 marks. What are the effects of the enhanced greenhouse effect? Pause the video. Spend 6 minutes now, write yourself an answer. Let's see how many of the mark scheme points you get. So what are the effects of the enhanced greenhouse effect? If you need more help, there's a gap fill here to help you. And here are the answers. Increasing greenhouse gases in the atmosphere will lead to global warming and the atmosphere increasing in temperature, and this could lead to ice caps melting, sea level rising. It could also lead to climate change with more extreme weather. Climate change will lead to habitat change and habitat loss and desertification in some areas, and this will lead to changes in the distribution of species. Migration patterns will also change. Species might go extinct. The spread of diseases could increase, and the growth of plants will be disrupted, leading to a decrease in biodiversity. So on a question like this, there's a lot of potential marks that you could earn. We've got at least 10 marks here on this page. Here's a different style of question that you might be asked about global warming. Explain how the amount of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere can be reduced. Pause the video, try this question. It's a 4-mark question, so it should take you 4 minutes. I'll give you the answers in a moment. So here are the answers. We can reduce the amount of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere by burning less fossil fuels, driving less cars, using hybrid cars, using public transport more, planting more trees, because of course that would mean more photosynthesis, removing carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, using renewable energy to produce electricity, such as wind, solar, wave or nuclear energy, rather than using and burning fossil fuels to produce electricity in a traditional power station. We should reduce cattle farming. That should reduce the amount of methane produced, as well as reducing rice farming, having fewer paddy fields producing fewer amounts of methane as well. I hope you've enjoyed this short video on global warming and climate change. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and please share the videos widely. Thank you very much for your time.